A cataclysmic blast rips through Central City in a blinding, world-ending flash. King Piccolo has already declared war on humanity, and nothing left standing can stop him now. King Piccolo stands atop King Furry's floating vessel, arms crossed, towering over the terrified officers inside. The camera sweeps across Central City's peaceful skyline before snapping back to King Piccolo's sinister, smirking face. An airship officer grips his gun with sweating hands while a panicked cat guard screams for him not to fire. King Piccolo unleashes an explosive Kai blast that shatters the airship's glass canopy, hurling debris into the sky. King Furry cowers inside the cockpit as King Piccolo's menacing eyes lock onto him with predatory focus. King Piccolo seizes the armed officer's head in one massive hand, hoisting him helplessly into the air. King Piccolo dangles the trembling officer overhead, staring coldly down at King Furry, who watches in utter horror. King Piccolo does not need to strike yet. Terrifying King Furry into paralysis is already the real weapon. King Piccolo raises his right fist, Kai glowing violently around his arm as a cruel grin spreads across his face. King Piccolo flexes as blinding shockwaves rip from his body, then hurls a massive energy blast straight downward. King Furry and his officer recoil in shock as the blast engulfs Central City, carving a smoking crater into the earth. An abandoned flower bouquet lies on the cracked ground amid fallen power lines, ash, and smoldering ruins. King Piccolo gazes down at the devastation with icy confidence, mocking the King Furry frozen in fear. King Piccolo erupts into menacing laughter as thick smoke billows endlessly from the crater below. Two senzu beans, Korin's last hope for Goku, land quietly on the cracked stone of the lookout. Tien Shinhan launching alone while launch watches shows he still fights like he owes no one anything. Tien sits in the cockpit with fierce determination while Yamcha desperately tries to reach him over the radio. Yamcha grips the communicator in frustration, begging Tien to turn back, but Tien glares ahead and takes off. Puar tearfully insists Goku is still alive, sparking launch to fire her gun wildly as Ulan flees in panic. Under a starry sky, young Yupa stands at the base of Korin Tower, staring up at its massive height. Bora stands beside Yupa with a grave expression, reassuring his son that Goku's warrior spirit endures. Yajirobe scales Korin Tower's side, huffing with exhaustion while carrying an unconscious, badly injured Goku on his back. Starving and spent, Yajirobe crawls onto the tower's ledge and collapses onto the stone floor with Goku still on his back. Korin watches silently, aware that Goku's survival now hinges on senzu beans that may already be too late. Korin greets them with a gentle smile, leaning on his wooden staff as a stunned Goku looks up at him. Korin calmly explains the crisis while Yajirobe still sits sprawled on the floor, gasping for breath. Korin gestures to a glowing water basin, revealing King Piccolo enthroned on his skull dais beside piano. The reflection shows King Furry sweating before a gloating King Piccolo, savoring total control over the world. Goku's eyes widen in shock as Korin lays out exactly what King Piccolo has become. Yajirobe lunges at Goku demanding senzu beans, then crams a massive handful straight into his mouth. Yajirobe chews furiously through the mountain of beans, Korin smirking while Goku stares in disbelief. Yajirobe's greed costs him nothing but a swollen stomach. Goku's healing costs him a single bean, and that gap will decide this war. Korin watches Yajirobe writhe in comic agony as Goku, fully healed, clenches his fists with sudden new resolve. At Kame House, Yamcha and Bulma sit slumped indoors, crushed by their helplessness against King Piccolo. Yamcha steps outside to check Master Roshi's empty lawn chair, only to find Oolong sprawled there reading a magazine. Launch sets a full dinner table, but Puar, Yamcha, and Bulma sit in heavy silence, mourning a man they cannot save. Yamcha slams his fist down in fury, powerless, as a lonely waterfall churns beneath the night sky. Tien Shinhan sits cross-legged in a glowing golden aura beside the waterfall, forcing his body toward the Evil Containment Wave. Flashbacks tear through Tien's mind, King Piccolo's destructive blast, Chiatsu's suffering, and Master Roshi collapsing forever. Tien's meditation is not peace. It is rage compressed into discipline, the only way he can survive what killed his friends. Back atop Korin Tower, Goku begs for more training, but Korin admits gently that he has nothing left to give. Korin reveals that King Piccolo has killed Master Roshi, and Goku's face collapses into raw, shattered heartbreak. A flashback montage plays Goku's memories with Roshi, from riding Nimbus together to his legendary Kamehameha lessons. More memories surface, Roshi's laughter, his training days with Krillin, his quiet strength as a master and friend. In Goku's mind, Roshi's smiling face fades into starlight, replaced by King Piccolo's monstrous, glowing visage. Enraged and in tears, Goku bolts for the tower's edge, ready to hunt King Piccolo down immediately. Korin blocks his path, warning that rushing in now means certain death, then mentions the ultra-divine water. Goku freezes, his eyes suddenly wide with desperate hope as Korin speaks of the ultra-divine water and the tower falls silent under the stars. The scene of Ulan lounging in Master Roshi's chair reading a magazine never happened in the manga. It was created entirely for the anime. If you enjoyed this recap, we are currently on episode 114 of our full Dragon Ball marathon, navigating the intense challenges of the King Piccolo saga. Hit like and subscribe so you do not miss how Goku conquers this arc and continues his journey. Share this with a friend and let us know in the comments what has been your favorite moment of the King Piccolo saga so far.